Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? You like that? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning. However, whenever you found this, we appreciate you for being here. If you're new to the network, which I would assume most of the folks that have found this one are, right? These are two demographics, two football teams that we haven't done a lot of coverage on so far this season, Texas A&M and LSU. If you're new to the network, I'm Brooks Austin, the director of recruiting for Sports Illustrated, also more commonly known as the Film Guy. We do things a little bit different around here when big football games break out in the Southeastern Conference and around college football, particularly if there is a reason why something happened, right? Or if there's a question as to why something happened, or if there's a major coaching adjustment in the football game that causes a major swing, we like to break it down here on the network. So Texas A&M puts a whipping on LSU in the second half of that football game, mostly due to the fact that they insert Marcel Reed in at the quarterback position, but also because Garrett Nussmeier turns the football over 3 times in the second half of this football game that we're going to show you today. I think there are 2 primary takeaways from this football game before we even get into the tape that the tape will reveal itself or reveal to us, right? Number one, LSU was very obviously ill-prepared for Marcel Reed, and you can see it even, tea leaves even present themselves in the first half. The moment Texas A&M puts multiple rushing threats onto the field, even with Connor Weigman at quarterback, 2 running backs on the field, there are a lot of running holes being created, a lot of 2 guys running to 1 assignment. And when I see 2 defenders running to 1 assignment, I know you're ill-prepared. That really, really rears its head the moment Marcel Reed's coming into the football game. But the other thing that you're going to notice, even in the first half, man, you drop a quarterback 54 times against this Texas A&M defense, you're going to have problems. It's only a matter of time. If you have an inability to create a sustained rushing attack against these guys, you constantly put yourself in 3rd and 7 plus. They're going to be creating havoc against you, okay? It's only a matter of time before turnovers are created. We got a saying around here. All right, let's shut up and let's grind the tape. Super excited to do this one, man. Again, if you're new to the network, we are live here on this channel Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. If you like anything that you see here from a football analytical perspective, right, us talking football on this network over the next 45 minutes to an hour, you got a new home for college football talk, all right, right here, Monday through Thursday, live at 8 o'clock. All right, here we go. First half of the football game. I'm going to try to get most of this analysis done in the second half of this football game where most of the changes were created, right? But there are some tea leaves that we got to hit on early on in this football game, including this one right here. All right, we're going to start the very first 3rd and 11 that LSU is faced with. All right, Texas A&M is a super exotic defense, even on 1st and 2nd downs, all right? But you get them in the 3rd and long, and hold on, all right? Because it's going to get dangerous for you. Most of the exotic pressures will come right from the short side of the field. They're not going to bring them from your trip side. You got too many options over there to throw the football. So when you get into a 3-by-1 on 3rd and 11, look, here comes the pressure from the short side of the field. Nussmeier immediately has to work to the wide side of the field, get this ball out quickly, all right, and make an immediate decisive decision because there is a free hitter coming, all right, off this pressure. All right, you get into 3rd and 11, I'm telling you, they're going to have a free hitter. All right, they're going to have a free hitter because of the simulated pressure. We now have 2 guys over here just blocking 1, and number 70 is now, blocking nobody, right? Because they showed pressure off the front side, brought it from the short side, all right? Nussmeier actually puts that ball in a winnable spot for Mason Taylor, the tight end, okay, surprisingly enough, all right? We just can't get it quite caught as a wide receiver. Now, here's the thing about pressure, Jonathan. Pressure creates problems for you offensively, but also alleviates concerns for you defensively because the quarterback does not have time to get to those routes or get to those options. So, yeah, you might be running the grass, all right? You might have a free, a receiver open here against this cover 3 corner, all right? That comeback might be open, all right, but the pocket is already dirty. The pocket's already dirty, so that he's forced to get that football out. And again, I think he puts it in a relatively winnable position right there for his quarterback or for his wide receiver. Now, let's flip over to the other side. Oh, no, we're not flipping over to the other side yet. Here we go. This is a check down that turns into a nightmare for these guys later on 1st and 10. Okay, here, they're playing cover one, all right, is A&M. And I only show you this because later on in the football game, they get a very similar situation, all right, in terms of down and distance and area of the field. But A&M's allowed to just rush 3 and drop 8 plus a little spy. This guy later on in the football game sneaks all the way back over here and picks off this little check down route from the running back, all right? I actually really love this from Texas A&M's defense right here on 1st and 10. I believe this linebacker, number 21, their leader, I believe he's in man-to-man responsibilities with the running back. The only reason I say that is because I think they're playing some type of cover one robber, all right? But no one really has the back. All right, I think he's responsible, but he goes. Now, this is that robber I'm telling you about. He's a free hat. He's just getting a float. There's the other free hat back here. Everybody else is playing man-to-man defense. And to be honest with you, LSU not creating a ton of space right here to start the football game against this A&M unit, even when they went man coverage. But you still got to make a tackle, right? You still got to make a tackle. Can't get this guy down. It's one of the big explosive plays in the first half for LSU. They had this one, and then they took a slant 76 yards to the door a little bit later on an improper tackle fit from A&M. Okay? But I showed it to you because early on in the football game, when there actually was some type of sense of, hey, maybe they might run the football, all right? They're A&M's rushing 5, basically, with that additional linebacker covering the running back, adding to the mix as well. Later on in the football game, not necessarily the case for A&M defensively, not having to do that once the situation became what it was. All right, put this one in because I love football for a lot of reasons, but I love coaching or watching coaches in the football world steal from other football coaches. Don't know if you guys saw it, but several weeks ago, who's the tight end for Georgia? Charlie Warner just signed with the Falcons, correct? All right, Charlie Warner against the Carolina Panthers was sent in motion and chipped off a 3 technique, blew him up out of nowhere, right? And now all of a sudden everybody's kind of using this, all right, and getting to a version of this even in the college football ranks. Love this type of play right here. Really opens up a crease for LSU. Now, I show it to you in the first half because you bet there's going to be an adjustment from A&M into the second half. When they start sending this zipper, what I call zip or zipper motion, right? Zip in, we're going to zipper out and back in if we call it zipper. Either way, when we bring this H and insert later in the second half, A&M starts to really plug that front side safety and start rolling coverage away from it to take away from this run fit that was giving them problems, okay? So pay attention, especially when we start doing film studies like this, guys, where we're jumping around in the football game. If I show you something earlier, it's probably because it's going to rear its head later on in the study. So be having that photographic memory that we're challenging you to have as an audience member every once in a while around here, okay? Here we go. This is the first throw of the football game for Connor Weigman. The first throw. And I told you pre-show, Jonathan, from now on, if Connor Weigman, I don't think he's going to be the starter moving forward. Good Lord, I would hope not. If he is starting a football game and this is the first ball that comes off his hand, pull him now because it ain't going to get no better. All right, there's no settling in for this guy the remainder of the football game. All right, coach, we got a winner. We're running to grass. Hell, we might bang our head on the goalpost if we complete this football, and it's thrown way out and over his shoulder to the right. Now, here's the only thing that I could, cause or create some type of, okay, I understand what you're doing, right? This guy does have a little bit of an ability to mess up that pathway right there. But, dude, rip the football. Rip the football. We can't miss up and wide right on a slant, man. That's tough. It's a tough first miss to start the football game, man. As a coordinator, you're probably sitting up there in the box going, uh-oh, how am I going to settle this guy in the rest of the possession? All right, back to LSU on the offensive side of the football. I put this one in the show notes because I thought it was really, really good coordinating here and an interesting play call. It's basically a tight end delayed fade. We're going to get him a blocking look off this heavy, kind of wishbone look. This heavy wishbone look from LSU, right? He's going to roll the quarterback back this way, and then we're essentially turning this into a goal line fade. Now, this would be a walk-in touchdown, Jonathan, if Desmond Ricks, the true freshman, I believe he's a true freshman, if Desmond Ricks isn't actually paying attention and playing some type of football today, but still a delightful ball from Garrett Nussmeier down here in the red zone. That's thrown with touch. That's thrown with the correct ball placement. That's a good play call and a good execution right there in the goal line. LSU up 10-0 to start this football game. Let's jump ahead just a little bit, all right, to the next offensive possession for LSU. And here's what I'm talking about. The moment y'all put two rushers on the field, a little bit later, I think this is Bussy or a wide receiver kind of gadget player right here lined up as an additional running back. But it counts like 21 personnel, or it counts like 20 personnel. I think that might be a tight end, so maybe we're counting it as 21. Nonetheless, we're counting it as two backs on the field, or at least two rushing threats in the backfield. And you're going to see what it does to LSU just in terms of a run fit. Boom, we got two guys floating with one. All right, now we've got you out leveraged already on a combination working up this way, and we've got you cleaned as well. So the rushing lanes immediately, the moment, even when there was just a second rushing threat onto the field, the rushing lanes immediately from LSU became a little bit more voided, right? A little bit vaster in terms of ability to run into those holes for Texas A&M. That's as a coordinator, you're sitting up in the box and you got to start noticing these things, right? Probably need to come back to that at some point if you're A&M with Weigman on the field. I don't know if they do. All right, it's not just the misses either. It's not just the misses for this quarterback. All right, let's talk about it. He's working down on this side of the field. He's working to his left. So I believe the concepts here are something like this. We're going to get some type of switch release. Number 2 is going to work out. We're working against his leverage. Not only are we going to make him fight through trash, we're going to work against his leverage, right? So that's green right now. We got grass on 1st and 10. Let it rip. He's already off of it for some reason. He's working back this way. All right. So you've already canceled this read, even though the coach gave you a winner right off the snap. So, that's turn down number 1. All right, let's work back to this side. This side, we got the bender coming in, and I believe we got a vertical going out with a check down release from the running back over here. So we'll probably work in this bender to check down, most likely, with considering the timing. So we've already turned this one down. We're going to come back to number 2, probably check it down number 3. But here's the deal. We're holding the safety with this bender from the tight end. All right, we're holding the safety. So watch this run to grass as well. Watch this run to grass as well out here on that vertical. Boom, there he is. Okay, ball's out right now. We're hitting the check down for the running back, who, by the way, is not ready for the football. As a veteran football player, Jonathan, do you wonder why he's not ready for the football? Probably because he's in time. The running or the quarterback's probably a little bit fast right now, I would imagine. That's my hypothesis as a guy who just started covering this team today. But that guy really doesn't bust very much. All right, that's why he's one of the best running backs in the SEC. So I would assume our timing as a quarterback a little bit sped up, if you will. But I understand not throwing that football. All right, and if that's the 4th and runoff in the system, I understand why we're not throwing it. But back from the top, how many turn downs are we going to have on this play? I give you the winner there on 1st and 10. The ball should be out right now. We don't like that one. Okay, we're coming back to the bender. We don't like the bender. Oh, there's the vertical down the sideline. I would be sitting there with my iPad as an offensive coordinator going, all right, it's not just the fact that we can't hit a slant to save our ass right now. We're turning down a bunch of green grass on the field to start the football game at the quarterback position. That's not good. That's not good, right? So it's not just the errant throws. It's also the lack of confidence to let it rip. Now, I tweeted this one out last week. Blake Baker be doing this. Blake Baker is a man of chaos, is the way I tweeted it out this week. He just be drawing over in the dirt over there. Now, I like this. I like that y'all at least scooted it up a little bit. Last week against Arkansas, they were like 4 yards off the ball, and the internet was like, hey, run the rock, run the rock, run the rock. All right, so you know what they did? Texas A&M said, all right, they're in that goofy-ass defense again. Let's just run the pill and get up out of here on 3rd and 8, and that's exactly what they did. They got 12 yards right there on 3rd and 8. Blake, I'm with you. I'm a man of chaos as well. As an offensive lineman, I would wet down my leg looking at this in terms of trying to figure it out from a protection standpoint. But maybe this is a 3rd and 10 plus only type of play call, all right, from now on. Because if there is an opportunity for the team to run the football, it's the wise thing to do. They should line it up and run the rock. It's impossible for you to have sound run fits when all 4 of your box players are in a line 4 yards off the football. We're going to 11:08. Another 3rd and long here. Another 3rd and long here. I love this call. And it's when I first watched this on television, Jonathan, my first initial reaction was, oh, the coordinator must have gotten much comfortable with Marcel Reed at quarterback than he did with Connor Weidman, because I'm thinking, you know, Colin Klein, an RPO guy himself. He's a running quarterback himself. The offense just looked much better, right? Looked cleaner. Looked like the coordinator was more comfortable. And then I checked the all-22. Coordinator's in his bag from jump. Coordinator was in his bag from the jump. So here we go. Normally we got a point man. We got the outside man playing the outside man. We got the inside man playing the inside man here, right? Point, inside, outside. Point, inside, outside. So we're going to attack the leverage of this inside defender. We're going to run this tight end up. We're going to match his release, and we're going to work out towards the free grass. Number 6, you're running it because you love football. Run the piss up out that route. Okay, you're rarely ever going to get the football. And here's the grass being created on 3rd and 7. A good play design here from Colin Klein. All right, on a keynote down right there early on in the football game. I believe they scored the very next play with Le'Veon Moss. Great cut by that guy. Look at that, Jonathan. Just find the double team that works, man. Just find the double team that works. All right, we're going to jump ahead a little bit here. Where we at time-wise there, J-Will?
15.
All right, we're good. All right, what a play right here by Garrett Nussmeier. All right, 3rd and 15, 3-man rush. We know we got to buy time, but, man, this right here, making plays like this, I understand why we have the confidence to make a goofy-ass decision like we're going to in a couple of minutes. But this right here, all right, we got the vertical. Both these guys are going to turn and flip their hips, and he sees that as he starts to buy time this way. I see 2 defenders turning and running. I got one guy that I can stop right here. So he's got his winner. This is talk about throwing your guy open. All right, that is it right there. Great job on 3rd and 15 making a play is Garrett Nussmeier. But I'm going to tell you what, even when he does stuff like that, the physical tools are not 5 stars, all right? Even when he does it like that, the physical tool on Nuss is up here, all right? It's up here. And ball placement, some accuracy stuff too, but most of the stuff he's doing from an NFL standpoint, in my mind, is from the neck up. All right, here comes the adjustment from Texas A&M with this zipper motion, okay? They're going to send him back out, send him back in, and boom, watch this guy plug this hole right here, all right? This is talk about in-game adjustments right here from A&M. A 3rd and 13, talk about having it plugged in and saying, hey, we're doing this no matter what. All right, a 3rd and 13 is normally a passing down, all right? But watch how this guy responds to this motion. This seems to be, or to me, to be a coaching point from A&M. And again, a slight adjustment from the way they showed it early on in the football game, right? They're not plugging that safety early on in the football game. Early on in the football game, this safety's back here hanging out. Maybe the nickel bumped in or the linebacker bumped out, but nonetheless, they changed their alignment here and starting to plug off this H-back insert. So you're starting to see A&M, at least on our film study, the very first football staff to start making major adjustments in this football game, and it's going to start playing out more and more and more. All right, my notes say OC was trying. OC was trying. What's he trying here? All right, so we couldn't get him clean enough to actually take the shot here. All right, I think this is probably the winner, or maybe this guy back on the linebacker back over here. All right, but the OC's trying to run things vertically in the passing game concepts on early downs. Running FIB right here. All right, we'll flood into the boundary. All right, but they can't keep him clean. Can't keep the quarterback clean right here. Center gets whipped. All right, quarterback now scrambling and putting the ball up. I like that ball. I like that ball a lot. All right, we can't get our feet set to actually let it go. It's a great quarters beater too, right? Middle of the field's open. We're going to make that guy turn and run this way. That's a hard responsibility for that safety, okay? But you see, like when this guy's in the lineup rather, our deep game passing concepts are real natural and traditional, like vertical. Like we're going to 3-step drop you. We're not going to roll you. It's not going to be play action, right? It's going to be, all right, we got to sit here and scan this thing and read it to get these deep shots vertically, it seems. 17:59. We're asking number 14 to do this. This is wild to me. All right, it looks to me like they're trying to run some type of GH counter or some type of wide zone and insert the tight and bring this guy here, and we're trying to stretch this stuff, right? Trying to get out up here, trying to really wide zone this defense from A&M. But my question is, why on earth would we ever ask number 14? We're going to pull this tackle, by the way. He's going to scoop step back here and go this way. And as soon as he does, number 4 is going to eat that space immediately. We're asking our 6'7", 210-pound soaking wet tight end to go out here and dig out a 6'6", 260-pound defensive end. Like, that's a tough ask. That's a really, really tough ask right there. I think we got to put a little adjustment to that one, Coach. When we got NFL future first-round draft picks out there playing outside shade of the tackle, maybe we either condense the split or something. We got to do something. That was wild to me. All right, this is the bad tackling rep right here from A&M, okay? 2 guys right there. As soon as they don't make the tackle, it's to the door. Not a lot of analysis right here for you, okay? Great job by Nuss, at least finding the space in the zone defense, all right, and giving him kind of a stopper ball. We can't throw that ball out in front of him. We kind of have to throw that ball on that back hip, slow him down a little bit, get him out of that contact, all right, and then let him run to grass afterwards. That's an Alabama transfer, by the way, Jonathan. We're going to 1936, and then we're going to jump ahead later on in the football game. All right, great quarterbacks know that they can't escape right here. All right, great quarterbacks should know you cannot escape to your right here. Okay, watch this. All the concepts are working left. All the concepts are working left. We've got a zig or a return out working this way. We've got the deep bender right here, and we got a dig coming from number 2. So if we go this way, buddy, we got to pull the ball down and go right now. All right, right now. All right, I had an offensive coordinator back in the day that used to talk about quarterbacks. The last thing you should think about is exit strategy. All right, on passing concepts. Yes, we're reading the field. We're seeing what concept and coverage they're playing. But the last thing in our mind is, okay, where am I hot? And where is my exit strategy, right? If that guy comes, he's mine. I'm hot off him. My guy's got these guys. That's one of the last thoughts. The very last thought is, hey, where's my exit strategy? Where's my exit strategy? And we should know that our concepts are working back left, all right? So we either have to step up here, all right, and eat this, all right? Or if we go this way, we got to pull the ball down and go right now. What we can't do is escape right and think we can throw a ball back left. This is nightmare situations. All right, these are nightmare situations for anybody not named Patrick Mahomes. All right, pull the ball down and go. I know there's a guy standing right there, but we've already made the incorrect decision to escape right. All right, we have no concepts working this way. We are the concept now. We got to go. And sometimes, man, like with the specific pressure he got there was really nowhere for him to work back left, all right? Nowhere for him unless he steps up in the pocket and sits there. But this guy's getting beat here, back over to his side. So we could sit here and do this all day. You got to pull and go. We can't throw that ball back across the field. Let's go to 22-39 right quick. All right. All right, so they're running a lot of cover 3 is LSU at this point in the football game already, or at least mixing it in. All right, the middle of the field is closed right now. Coach has got 2 cover 3 beaters. All right, I think we got this one working out over here. All right, and then we have kind of, we kind of have this working against this backside corner here, working in on this Dover. So we're probably going to read it 1 to 2 to check down. That's what we got going on right now. Coach has got us 2 winners here, hypothetically, okay? This guy should win against cover 3, but number 4 did a good job in his hook curl defense, getting into proper depth. All right, well, here comes the other winner back on this side. We're already keying off of this one. That was his primary read. You can see that right now. He's working over there. All right, do we ever get back left? No, we do not. We never get back left over here where this is running to grass for a massive explosive. All right, we're already on to our check down right here. Already on to the check down right here. Now, I don't know how you guys are coached. I'm not in these rooms. All right, but I would imagine if I'm calling 2 cover 3 beaters on the same play, we're probably gonna go 1 to 2, unless this might be the zone beater on a split field read. If this is the man read, I understand, and we're back into our zone beater over here. But I still don't understand it because you're reading the man side right now. If that's the split field read, are you catching up there? I see you nodding your head over there. Yeah, you see what I'm saying though, right? We're incorrect either way. We're incorrect either way as a quarterback. We got to get back over here to this winner. We got plenty of grass over here to throw that rock. We're checking the ball down already. And it's dropped out of the backfield, 3rd and 4. All right, we're going back to 1855 for some reason. It's in the notes, but it must be for a purpose. 1855 versus 24-17. All right, here we go. So, all right, Coach called an RPO. Coach called an RPO over here. We got 2 on 2. All right, we got a little slant return here, a little push off, and then a slant inside. This is going to break the tremendous amounts of grass. We got a hitch over here. Now, for some reason, now I get it, the box is heavy. We're going to pull this ball no matter what. But for some reason, he pulls this ball and works back to the play side. 9 times out of 10, unless you're Michigan from Sharon Moore's OC days, 9 times out of 10, we work the RPOs off the backside of the run action, right? Because we're stretching everybody this way, we're going to throw them that way, right? We're stretching everybody this way, we're going to throw them back that way. But for some reason, Weigman works to the front side of the field here, all right? And he doesn't see until post-snap, the number 4, the defensive end, actually has hook curl responsibility. He's dropping to the flat if you pull the ball out of the belly of the back. So boom, that look gets really, really cloudy. And now he works back to the left side and starts to scramble because he's off time, right? He's off time. But look, you can see this kind of RPO action over here working to tremendous amounts of grass if it's pulled and thrown properly. So good coordinators, they see in the box, they see the issue, they should be coming back to it. Now here's the problem. When you play a guy like Blake Baker, he's so damn random that if you do it out of a different look, you might get a different set. So here it is, a very similar look. They're going RPO. We got the hitch on this side and the double slants over here. He pulls it because coach told him to pull it, I would imagine, because we got the right look the last time. All right, but guess what? This time the look is different. Now there's a nickel sitting over here, all right, and Baker has tried or thrown you a different look as a defense. All right, so you can see the offensive coordinator trying right here to get back to a look that he saw earlier, and it damn near costs an interception right here. This is where, as a football player, like, we can't just do it. Actually, he flipped the back. So this is the same concept. He likes it to the backside, does this coordinator, doesn't he? He likes it to the backside. So he flipped it and tried to come back on this side as opposed to hitting that curl or that hook on the front side. Or that hitch, rather. Going to 26-13. All right, we talk a lot on this channel about tying the feet to the eyes, right, Jonathan? Tying the feet to the eyes. Watch this. Now, this is the winner right now on this switch release, especially, or this option route, especially on 1st and 10. The ball should be out right now. For some reason, he turns it down. But here's the deal. Here's why I like this rep from Nuss. All right, look at his feet and his eyes. All right, eyes and feet and lower half tied together. He's working this option route. He doesn't like it. He comes off of it. Let's pause him at his next read. All right, boom. Now he's reading tight end. Look at his hips and his feet and his eyes. They're all in one line. All right, so now the next read is this go ball over here, all right, on the far right sideline. All right, but we got to step up in the pocket to get to it. As we step up into the pocket, look at our feet and our eyes. All right, and look how perfect this ball's thrown. Look where this ball's thrown. It can't be much better. All right, but I want to start it from the top. And again, and you watch him click through his reads, watch him tie his feet to his eyes, and watch how he is always ready to throw. There is never a moment in Garrett Nussmeier's progression where he's not 100% ready to throw. But that's all fine and dandy. Take it now. Take it now. It's winning. It's my God. You wait till you see it wait till I get you an opportunity to see it from the all 22. I mean, he gonna run for days. Take it right now. Even though I'm crediting your footwork, your decision-making here is improper. Take the win. It's 1st and 10. We ain't got to kill him. That's a complete contrast to what we watched last week with those 2 young quarterbacks at Tennessee and Alabama, isn't it? I mean, complete contrast. But those other 2 guys, they're far more physically gifted than this guy. He's got to do it this way. All right, he's got to do it this way, and he's got to make proper decisions. I love this from A&M. I see a lot of teams firing the corner from the boundary, right? And then rolling that safety over into trap coverage, right? So if we fire this corner, just having this safety play inside leverage of that wide receiver that's working out in 3-by-1. Well, this is what A&M started to do. A&M's applying the same concepts, all right? But they're going to flip it on its inverse. We're going to blitz it from the 3-by-1 nickel, and they're going to do it from depth. This guy's starting to creep. Normally he doesn't. Normally he's sitting there with eyes on the wide receiver, ball snaps, and he starts to blitz from depth. And the reason being, they're betting that they can cover you long enough to get this guy home because you're never really going to count him in pass protection. In pass protection right now, we're dealing with the box, right? We're sitting here and we're calling Mike IDs. We're probably going to say, all right, we're taking these 4. Maybe the back's got the guy off the right. Quarterback, you're hot off this guy. Well, what if this guy comes? Well, if that guy comes, we're hot off him, so we better get rid of the football. There it is. Boom. We got nobody for him. We have got to get rid of the football. And he does. He does a good enough job, at least avoiding the pressure, all right? But if I'm this young quarterback, all right, and I see this nickel fire right now, we've got to throw into the face of this pressure on 3rd and 7. Even though the one-on-one's on the backside, we've got to throw into the face of this pressure. Watch this number 2 wide receiver run to grass almost immediately. Okay, we've got to understand that, all right, especially if we are indeed hot off that guy, which I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, offensive pass protection rules will say you are. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit. Let's go to 29-39 on a play that just, you're not this guy, pal. You're not this guy, okay? You're a lot of things, Garrett. You're a lot of things, but what you are not is a reverse out, okay, running left, throw ball back across field, all right, to a wide receiver that you think's breaking the grass. Of all your great qualities, this ain't one of them, all right? Of all your great qualities, this is not something that I want you ever doing, okay, ever. That's a mistake that a guy like Garrett can't make, all right, because here's the deal. Jalen Milroe, Nico, Pat Mahomes, you name a super gifted physical football player. If he rolls right and throws a pick here, there are probably clips of him rolling right and throwing a 65-yard beam as well, okay? That guy gets to do that stuff. We can't, all right? We're coach's son. We're lunch pail. We're everything right guy, all right? We can't make everything wrong decisions. Yeah. Like, you've got the scramble rules working to your advantage here. You got this guy running to leverage. You're right, Jonathan. Good pick. Where we at time-wise there, big fella? 32. 32. Man, I hope the A&M and LSU faithful show up strong for this one. All right, hey, first play of the game right after this interception. They get an interception. They get the personal foul on LSU for kicking somebody. All right, and then, hey, ball on the 9. We're going to put the quarterback in. And you watch the minds just explode from LSU. By the way, I don't see a single soul, not one, on the field identifying that 10 is in the game. That is a problem. All right, it's a problem. And you know why it's a problem? Because in my mind, I don't see nobody jumping up and down saying 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You know why? Because it shows me that they did not have a plan. It shows me that they did not have a plan for this to happen. If they did, this whole defense would be jumping up and down screaming 10's in the game because they spent all week preparing for 15 and then having this package for 10. And when 10 comes in, the package changes, the ideas change, the fits change because the offense has now changed. So I don't see anything from this defense that's telling me, all right, they have some type of identity change going on the offensive side from A&M. So here we go. Let's take a snap and let's look at what's actually happening in the run fit. They immediately go to quarterback arc read. All right, they're reading this guy. They've got arc releases for these two football players, and there is no carryover effect from the flow, or rather, there's no flow rather from the other side of the field until right now. All right, the safety realizes that the quarterback's got the football. You agree with me on the no recognition at all of who's in the football game? And you're going to see the run fits get real sloppy really quickly here for LSU. But again, you saw the seeds of it getting planted earlier in the football game when Colin Klein put two backs in the backfield, and all of a sudden the run fits start to get real wonky. All right, I'm wondering, guys. We live in a world of college football where everyone is sim pressuring. Everyone is sim pressuring, meaning everyone's walking up, showing like they're going to give some pressure, especially as this play starts to progress. All right, here we go. They're walking up. They got 6 guys, maybe 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they send from depth. So there's a 7th here as well that could be a potential threat. All right, my question to really, really smart football people is why this guy, all right, isn't running his route nowadays, the closest wide receiver, why he isn't running his route with an option to convert into a hot route if pressure actually it presents itself, right? Why is this guy on 3rd and 10 running some 25-yard seam, and we got to come back over here, and we got a 12 to 15-yard dig over here on 3rd and 10, and nobody's working hot? We have no option if they actually bring the pressure, right? So here comes the pressure, boom. Why isn't this guy, I'm just asking, I'm not saying it should be the case here, but why isn't this guy nowadays in modern offenses smart enough to peek inside when he runs this route, notice that there's actual blitz, and cut across his face? Because if he did, we got a chance to win. We have an actual chance to get this ball off. But since he doesn't, we're going to sit here and most likely take a sack or put a ball into a risky situation, all right, like that right there. I'm just curious. You guys got all these different post-snap options to make us right. Oh, we're going to get the right look every single time. Yet the world of college football and the world of defense lately has been pressure, walked up looks, all this stuff on 3rd and long, and yet we can't put a standard conversion route in here. Jonathan, am I asking for too much? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm asking for too much. Not when nowadays y'all got wide receivers running every damn route on different depth based off what coverage they got going. We're going to sit versus zone. We're going to run versus man. Yet we can't put in something like that. That's just weird to me. That's weird to me. The first time it happens, I'm going to be like, oh my God, someone figured out football. Someone figured out football. I don't know how many college quarterbacks can manage a pocket like this. I left just as impressed with Nuss as I have been. I know we're going to get to some of these mistakes. We already have one of them. But, man, you tell me, Jonathan, you tell me how many guys – oh, this isn't the clip. This is a miss. This is a whiff right here. This is an absolute whiff. This is ugly, all right? This is an ugly whiff right here. You got to hit these. When coach gives you a winner, you've absolutely got to hit these. All right, but here's the deal. He comes back on 3rd and 9 right here. And this is what I'm talking about with this guy. You tell me how many guys are doing this. All right, look at this pocket. I watched weeks of Quinn Ewers just back his way up out of the sack into this, right? He got, 2 edge rushers. He's just going to keep backing up, and he's going to take an L. All right, the great quarterbacks in this world, they're going to step up through that smoke. They're going to step up through the shit, right? Get up in there and find a guy to win the route. All right? Now, again, he made some terrible plays in this football game. But when I drop you 54 times, you're going to make some bad plays. There's no doubt about it. 32-57 is where we're headed next. Oh, man, he does it again. He does it again right here. Look at him. Step up through the pocket, through the smoke, throws an absolute dart right here. Gets licked. Now, I saw, oh, man. Right? But I'm fine with competitive character. You know what I mean? Like, it's 3rd and 7, Jonathan. I could put it in his hands. I could. But I also know that dig's clearing that window. And he's going to drop down. And I'm going to put the ball at the sticks. All right? And I'm not going to be mad at a quarterback for competing like this. I just want the ball caught. That's what I want. I want the ball caught. It's also just a tremendous play by number 0 right there? That linebacker that makes that hit, look at him drop. He drops from the line of scrimmage, okay, and continues to gain depth. I can't tell you how many guys will stop their drop right there, right? They'll just settle. Look, he did it. They'll just settle. They'll settle where they're at instead of continuing to gain depth. And continuing to gain depth right here is actually what puts him in the position to make this play. Catch the football, though. Catch the football. 33-18 is where we're headed next. All right. Here's a major issue. This guy thinks he's got the quarterback. This guy thinks he's got the quarterback. Again, when I see 2 defenders attacking the same responsibility, it tells me that they were ill-prepared or they're not executing their assignments. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this type of analysis, in my opinion, okay? When I see 2 guys taking quarterback, all right, when this guy clearly has the responsibility for the quarterback, all right, and Whit Weeks is supposed to be responsible for that gap right there, all right, there's a reason that these holes start to open themselves up because, again, I think there's an ill-preparedness here, all right? I think there's an ill-preparedness here, unless you're taught to take the dive, all right, and you're taking the dive because we have somebody out here. I'm not in the rooms, all right, I'm not in the rooms. I don't know who busted, but somebody did because we got two guys on one assignment, all right, and we have a massive void right here in the middle of the defense. Even when this combination block doesn't necessarily win. Look, these two are working up to this guy. These two are working up to him, all right, and 55 falls on his face in about a half a second. But because we're worried about quarterback now, all right, and the quarterback's legs are an issue, Whit Weeks is going to slip over here, and now all of a sudden we've got a massive void in our inside run scheme. You know how I was asking a couple weeks ago if you could run wide zone read option? A&M's doing it right here, by the way. They're running wide zone. Look at these angles from these guys. Look how flat they are. Look how flat, okay? Then they get right back on the football, and I'm pretty sure they go quarterback counter read here in just a second. Okay, here it goes, boom. All right, so now we got quarterback counter working back this way to the right. Okay, I believe they're pulling backside guard, backside tackle, or no, excuse me, center and tackle. They're going to pull the center and kick. They're going to pull the backside tackle and wrap. They are arc releasing, all right, for the outside zone stretch here, but really it's just quarterback counter going back the other way, especially if this guy dives in here, all right? Or, excuse me, if he plays upfield with this jet motion, which he does. Boom, he goes upfield with that jet motion. Now we're running quarterback counter right here, and look at it. It's on the hash, and it's already creasing. It's already creasing right here, okay? Now, this is special stuff right here. All right, that deliverance of that block right here, it's one thing to be a quarterback that's just out here making the right reads. But once the ball's in your hands, can you deliver blocks? Can you read concepts correctly? Because at first, this looks like it's hitting right here, doesn't it, Jonathan? This looks like it's going to hit right here. He finds a way to deliver this block, watch it dive inside, deliver that block, watch it go outside, and slip right in between those two defenders, or two blocks right there. Whoop, and guess who he occupied with that by doing that? He took care of the safety for himself. Watch the safety. The safety's in conflict right here. He's in peril. He's trying to close space. He's trying to close the gap that he sees right here. But yet we're going to find this crease? Come on now. Come on now. That's not your average, quarterback read game right there. That's a ball carrier with the ball in his hands, not just your regular running the grass type dude. Going to 34-39. 3rd and 5, rushing 3, dropping 8, 3rd and 5 against a young quarterback, a mobile quarterback, by the way. Talk about bad luck. Like they have the perfect play call for what you're running defensively right now. And so much so that they don't even really have to execute it. Whit Weeks doesn't get blocked right here. The running back misses his opportunity to get a block. But it doesn't matter. And here's the finish. Look at the finish right here. Big boys fighting. I love that. All right, 35-20. This is the second interception from our man Nussmeier. Now, here's what I was talking about on air last night. All right, this mandatory outside release, all right, with the ball on the right hash, takes this nickel or this flat defender right into the pick. Watch this. This is interesting to me, and I don't know how we solve it. You see that right there, Jonathan? It's a great reroute by number 2, by the nickel right here. It's a tremendous job of getting hands on that second receiver and really riding him out if he wants to take that mandatory outside release. And it's going to take you to your responsibilities as a flat defender. Looks to me like they're running cover 3. All right, so we got a deep safety, all right, 1 high, and those 2 corners playing those deep thirds, which means, yeah, we should be technically vulnerable in the flat unless this hook defender makes an insane play, which is exactly what he does right here. I don't know if we can fix this by creating better spacing right here. I'll tell you one thing, we definitely can't get ridden from right here. Let's watch this. We definitely can't get ridden by number 2 from right here all the way to outside the numbers, because I'm pretty sure that's what happens, okay? Watch how number 2's alignment really gets stretched, okay? We can't take that guy to that football. We got to be a little firmer, perhaps, on that mandatory inside release, or else this is going to happen quite often for us, right?
I don't know. When I watch this, I say great play A&M nickel defense or nickel back, right? Great play number 20. Also, there's probably some things as an offense we can do to alleviate this happening to us because it's not going to be the last time. Also, like if he had a 1% shoots, bro, you know, if he had a howitzer on him, maybe we get this ball out and through. But we don't. And, you know, life is life. All right, here we go. Next possession for A&M. Now all eyes defensively have transferred to number 10. They're all on him, okay? They're all on him. All right, so much so that Whit Weeks, to this point in the season, who's been just a tremendous football player, he not only bypasses one guy going out on a route, he bypasses the second guy going out on a route because he's headhunting the quarterback. All right, so now we get out in space, and looky here. We got tight end on safety, and we got running back running a complete grass. Okay, so the coordinator's now in his bag on 1st and 10 with Marcel Reed in there. But to be honest with you, I didn't think he was struggling as an OC with Weigman in there. I thought there was opportunities that were getting left on the field. He's just dialing the shit up right now. Maybe that's why they paid him almost $2 million to leave Kansas State. I don't know how much Colin Klein's making, but I'm sure it's pretty good cash. He ain't hurting. Timestamp? All right, we're almost done here, guys. 36:04, okay? Backside defenders got absolutely no shot. Absolutely no shot. Look at these guys, okay? The first half of this football game, these two dudes were running these plays down at like +2. They were accounting for the quarterback and then turning flat and getting down the line of scrimmage. Watch how far they are from making this play. Okay, first of all, his alignment first half was like right here. That guy was squeezing. He was squeezing tight and getting flat. Now he's squeezing all the way out here in D-gap. You can tell we're putting the screen through a lot of work today. All right, you can tell, all right, his alignment's been stressed by the quarterback because they're worried about that guy. And look where the play doesn't get made. All right, the play doesn't get made because the backside defenders can't quite run it down. And the front side defenders aren't exactly holding their own in the run game. A lot of displacement on that front side. This right here might have been his best play, other than the bomb he's going to throw here in a little bit. Look at this pull, Jonathan. This ball is so far into the running back's belly. And he pulls that football without fumbling. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. 39-18. The notes say Nuss Bus. I don't know why. Nuss Bus, man. Oh, I know why. Come on now. This is nice. Makes a guy miss. Throws it back across his body. And then I think the next play is interception, unfortunately. But I like it. I like it. It's a positive play right here for 13, down 11 in this football game. Comes right back at it. Now, this, I don't know about this. I don't know about this, to be honest with you. Okay, he's going to throw this ball, Jonathan, with that safety creeping over the top of it and this underneath defender. I think at this point, we're just saying, fuck it. 45 minutes in. At this point, I think we're just saying, F it. Like, we're down. I'm just going to drive the football because that is a risque football, to say the least. Maybe he doesn't feel that way because the safety's not a ball catcher when my guy is, but I don't know. I don't love that football. 39-34. Screw it. We're going to skip ahead. 41-32. All right, so now, right, look at all the alignment here from the defense from LSU, okay? Everybody's really started to squeeze the shell of the defense, right? Looks to me, Jonathan, everybody's within 8 yards, except for this safety, who's at 9 yards, okay? They have made now a mental and concerted alignment effort to try to eliminate the run game, all right? And guess who sees it in the box? The coordinator. And guess who sees it on the field? The quarterback, okay? And by the way, I don't know. I don't know for a fact. All right, but there's 20 seconds left on the play clock. We got till 15, right? Check this out. Hey, check out the nickel. The seam should be open, right? That's what he's saying to him right now as a coordinator. Watch the eyes and the head of 15 right here as the play clock starts to look down. Peep the nickel. He looks over there. All right. Now he knows he got the winner, right? Coach just told him, all right, we like that pre-snap. Let's confirm it post-snap. And then he lets it rip. I'm not saying that's what happened. Maybe Marcel's out here looking at defenses that good because he is a really smart football player. But, you know, we also know that the smart guys, the OCs, they got the headsets now. They're in the ears. There's a little peek. There he is again, confirming the coverage and lets it rip. I don't know what you do defensively at this point in the football game when we're ill-prepared for quarterback run, all right, and he's going to start dropping balls in the bucket like that. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. 41-58 is where we're headed next. I think this very next clip, I don't think there's anyone playing the quarterback. I don't think they have anybody on the cue. Look, they don't have anyone with their eyes on the quarterback right here. And they're getting arc released again, okay? They're getting quarterback read arc. All right, we're arcing the tight end out here, all right, and we're reading this guy, which means somebody over here should be playing quarterback, and you're late to your motion anyways, but you should be forcing that back in once we get over there. There's nobody there accounting for the cue. Of course he runs to grass. All right, let's go on to the last interception of the football game for Nuss. All right, look, I talked about this early on in the football game. That's 3rd and 10, actually. This is a big play. He scrambles. All right, this is the 1st and 10. All right. 1st and 10, you're down 12, 6.5 minutes left. You've ran 18 traditional runs to this point in the football game, and I think you've dropped him over 50 times. So we can eliminate the run at this point in the football game. Considering the situation, there's 12. You're down 12. You're down 2 possessions with 6.5 left. You're going to be throwing the ball. So here on 3rd and 10, we've been rushing 4 all day. Has A&M. We've been rushing 4. And in fact, we've even been green dogging as an offense or as a defense. If the running back stays in protection, we've been plugging that 5th defender all day long. Now, we know you're throwing the football. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to feint a rush, and then you're just going to hang out, especially considering we just gave up what? We just gave up a 25-yard explosive on a quarterback scramble. So now what we're going to do, we're going to rush 3, drop 8, but the 8th is a spy defender. And he gets leaky right here and ends up picking this football off. All right, now, you get the worst surrender cobra in the history of surrender cobras from Nuss. He looks like he's about to cry. But I don't necessarily, I watched it, I broke it down. I don't necessarily leave this feeling worse about Garrett Nussmeier. Do you, Jonathan? Put the mic to your mouth. Do you feel any worse about Nuss leaving this, or do you feel like A&M did a damn good job in this football game?
I would say it's more so A&M and Garrett Nussmeier. It looked like Garrett Nussmeier the whole game. Like, what I know about 13 is he's going to make some good throws. He's not going to be the best athlete on the field, but he's going to keep you in a good spot.
And his competitive character might get him in some trouble.
Yeah.
That's one thing we certainly know about Garrett Nussmeier. Hey, I certainly know I had fun doing this. I hope you had fun watching it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And damn sure, make sure you subscribe to the network. For Brooks Austin with the Film Guy Network, I love you. Bye.